you been, Sheriff? In the world up above. But I'm back now, just in time, too, for the Children's Corner. When I'm sitting around with my homework all done and there's nothing to do, I call all of my friends, they don't answer the phone. Where have they gone to? Where do you go?
We're gonna go to the Children's Corner. Where do you go? We're gonna go to the Children's Corner. Where do you go? We're gonna go to the Children's Corner. Where do you go?
Yes, Mr. Dill, it is an alphabet ship word of interest. Hello everybody, and welcome to the town of the Children's Corner, located in the world of the magical couch. I'm Sheriff Stephen J., the Sheriff of Slouch County, and I was just getting ready to tell Mr. Dill what inundate means. Inundate. I-N-U-N-D-A-T-E. Inundate. Meaning to flood or overwhelm with a lot of anything. Inundate. And that's exactly what happens to me when I go to this place I'm on my way to right now. It's the Bryant Stoveworks. And they have a lot more there than just antique stoves. Now the owners, Joe and B. Bryant, they're expecting me. Joe gave me a little tour of their museum last time I was over there, and now he's going to go a little bit more in depth of a few of the things that he showed me. But it's a ways away. So grab your hiking boots and I'll meet you over at the Bryant Stoveworks. Inundated. Pickles. The Bryant Stoveworks. And this place is a very unique place. And it's unique because they not only sell antique stoves that they refurbish that are 100 to 200 years old, but they also have a museum. And in this museum are all kinds of antiques, especially not only cars and that type of thing, but musical antiques. And I'm talking about player pianos and Nickelodeons and that type of thing. But if that isn't enough, they have a room they call the Doll Circus. And there's a reason they call it that. So, why don't you join me and have a little chat with Joe and B. Bryant. You're going to like this.
I can see what you mean. Okay.
Hey!
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Just fine, thank you.
Hey! Oh, man, my feet are killing me. It's a long walk over here. So, I've been telling everybody about your place.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I thought I'd tell people about it, and I was here a while back. Joe took me through the museum, and so I thought we could talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
So, we're in the Bryant Stoveworks place,
Yes.
where you sell all these antique stoves.
Yes, and to museums. The last one I just sold was to the Henry Ford Museum, the stove was 1810. But we've had some in the late 1700s.
You got some beautiful pieces out there. Mm-hmm. They're absolutely gorgeous. Wood stoves and gas stoves, and you also have those salesman stoves.
I don't sell those usually.
But so
they
keep
were my
those.
collection.
Yeah, okay. And those are those small ones like this.
And they're toys.
Yeah.
Salesman
Right.
and toys.
That's right.
Yes.
But they were cast iron, and those are some nice
Workable.
pieces.
Workable stoves.
Workable stoves.
We sell stoves to museums, and do you ever go into Cracker Barrel to eat? I had a contract with Cracker Barrel to furnish one stove to every gift shop.
There was one, a great big one, a brick set that was used in the movie, Abraham Lincoln's movie.
The life of
Really?
Abraham Lincoln in a year, a couple of years ago?
Mm-hmm.
We had two stoves in that movie, and one of them is on the floor out there. I got one room with a load of stoves in it that was made 14 years before Abraham Lincoln was president.
I saw stoves in the museum, 1844.
Yes, and I have another room full of them.
But anyways, the stoves out here are absolutely fantastic. And I'm kind of curious, does anybody ever walk in here and they see all the stoves and all of a sudden they see a room full of dolls? And they go, what's this all about?
The doll is our hobby. We went to Florida in the winters. We started doing flea markets and yard sales. And we bought what we could use in our museum, a doll room. And he got it so it would move. Different things that he thought would move nice.
How long, Joe, have you been into making things move?
All his life.
All his life.
Well,
All his life.
basically, I guess, right.
Yes, even when he was
Well,
young.
I've played all my life, and that's what I do when I'm playing.
So what gave you the idea for the Doll Circus?
That just occurred, just happened.
Actually, I was making a horse for my grandchildren. And he says, oh, we could make that into carousels. So I ended up making enough horses, and he put it, with bicycle wheels, he put it in motion. I made enough horses for the whole carousel. And that's how it started. And that room, that whole room is pretty much what he did while he's
So
down
it
there.
filled up and filled up. And I know
Yes.
you have a lot of dolls, like celebrities are in there.
Yes.
And we're watching the circus go on.
Yes.
Now, you know, when I initially went into the doll room, I looked at all the stuff. I saw, like, the puppets that walk in a circle. Like,
Yes, yeah.
anyway, they're there. I just thought it was your doll collection, right? And then Joe came in the room when I was in there, and he pushed a button. I was so amazed when he came in there and he pushed that button, and I kind of jumped when everything came to life. But then after it was all over, there is a little alcove off this room, and it connects that room to their museum. And it's called the Henry Stark Room. And why is that room called the Henry Stark Room?
Well, because he was the man that made the most of the stuff in it. On both sides move.
All of that stuff in that room is run by steam.
Well,
Really?
it's not steam, it's actually air, but it's
We're doing air with them now. But
I see.
these are duplicates of what was made in the periods of time.
I see.
And there's also, in one side of the room, there's a machine shop. And then there's farm equipment, the tractors
On the other side.
on the other side, and there's also household things like the sewing machine and washing machine.
So how does if the left side runs on air, what runs the right side?
Electricity.
Electricity. So you have, so you have them all plugged in then. But all the engines run.
Yes. They
On
have to
both
be-
sides.
Yeah,
Boy, everything runs in this place, doesn't it?
yeah.
So, okay, so we go through the alcove, and now we're in the museum,
Right.
okay? And I noticed there is with the Charlie horse, when you first walk in,
Yep. A friend of mine had the old horse and he was all depleted and somebody escaped the paint all off him and he was coming apart. We got him all made and then I said, what are we gonna call him? And somebody said Charlie horse. Well, that
He's an 1888 jumper. He was used in
Wow.
a merry-go-round. Did you have a ride?
and then have a ride, you could ride him?
Yes, you could
Well,
ride
Joe
him.
turned him on, it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I liked
even
it.
there's old ladies come in and Dad gives them a ride on Charlie horse. Yeah.
well, I turned on the switch.
Yes.
You got Model A's in there, and I love Model A's. And the one car, what was that one? A brush.
Yeah.
A brush?
One selling a brush.
Yeah, that was the first car in the town of Hodgson, Maine, the very first car that was in that town.
That is a really neat car. Very, very unique looking. And then there's one that was in front of it that was very unique as well.
Like at the Model T right there, so the one we had in Florida and the one that was in the movie.
And there is a Friction Drive Metz that was a neat car. We love the antique cars. We used to have them licensed and take them out.
I mean, there are all kind of cars. There's a blue one there, a little pretty blue one.
Oh, it was a Dodge. That was his grandfather's, remains of his grandfather's.
What?
They were Dodge. That was a calliope, and they used the calliope in town to announce that the circus was coming. They rode through town. There's a loud machine there. You can hear it way off in the distance.
The last time I was here, when we first walked in, I got the Charlie horse.
Yeah.
And then we went down that top aisle.
Oh,
and-
there is a player organ.
Yeah, there's a
A player that plays and it does the music automatically.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
And that worked pretty good. Show me the one that has the wooden fingers on it, but you really couldn't see the fingers.
That is the push-up.
That's a
He
push-up.
pumped it.
It's
Yes.
a push-up piano player.
1902.
The forerunner to the player piano.
The man that's described in that plaque over there was the man that invented this particular type of roll. They had roll pianos many years, but this one is a particularly nice one. In fact, they referred to it as the hurdy-gurdy. And it has 10 different songs on it, and this man bought one. His name was Marino Persicini, and he cranked it on the streets of Boston at least 50 years, and maybe more. To change the song, you turn this crank one complete turn. It pushes the frame away and moves the barrel endways like 1/8 of an inch. Now you got a different song. This is Rock of Ages, and this, instead of having paper rolls, this is a wooden roll and it moves sideways like this. And it's playing, at the end of the song it snaps back and starts, so you can start over. This is a Photoplayer. What's left of it is kind of apart right now, but they used these in the silent movies. And this, you have piano rolls. It's like 2 player pianos made together. And you could play one and then stop and play another one. But they had to have somebody tend it. And up in the top here, each one of those pulleys had ropes that hung down like that, see? And you can see them in the picture here. And what they were for, you could get your music on the roll here, and you could also have another chamber for music that we built in. But these pulleys, these handles, the movie's going, the music's going, and the horse comes out, and you pull the rope on the horse starting sound. Another one on a gunshot, another one for a doorbell, another one for a calf horn. You had 12 different sound effects you could put in, because they didn't have them built into the system, you know. That's what that boils down to. Well, this is an old player piano I've had for years, and there was a while I used to buy these, and sometimes they'd give them to you. Completely dismantle them and put them back together, rebuild the whole thing, and usually put a power unit on it. Originally you had to pump the pedals to make them work, but I used to put, you could buy a little vacuum unit to go right on it. This is a vacuum engine. It's what moves the paper. That runs on the vacuum right now from the pump, but you had to pump it with your feet to make it go originally. When they play the polka, they all get in the swing every time they hear that pop. Everybody play the polka, they all get in the swing.
But what really got me was it looks like kind of like an accordion, but
yes.
inside it has a roll, so somebody can go out on the corner, you know, like to get tips, and they can pretend they're playing, but actually it's a machine, and inside
It's a roller.
is a roller.
They call it a Tanza bar, is what they called it. And you pump this lever here, and it made this flywheel motor go. Pull this, it makes the flywheel go, and you put that in gear, and that pulls the paper down through the reeds up in here. So you didn't have to have any talent.
I'm gonna have to come back. This place is huge.
Yes, we have a button. I collect antique buttons.
You're amazing. Well, I am coming back because I love the place. You're refurbishing those stoves are
Yes.
awesome. The museum is incredible, and the doll room is amazing.
And we're just two old farmers.
Oh, okay, well, I better let you guys go. I'm sure you guys have things to do. Yep.
No, rest.
I did. Now, did I say that?
No, I did.
Did I say that?
I did.
What?
Rest. I said we have to go west. We thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
Okay.
Take care. Bye, Joe. Have a great nap. We'll see you.
too.
We'll see you next time. I will be back.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
All right, you're welcome. Bye-bye now.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Drive careful now.
Thank you. Drive.
You fly, do you?
Drive. So there you have it. Joe and B. Bryant of Bryant Stoveworks. And it's a lot more than just stoves here. It's nice of them to let me drop by and talk with me about their place. Yeah, I didn't even know they had a button room. Well, I think I'll do what Joe's about ready to do, or at least he suggested he might be doing, and now that I think about it, it probably isn't a bad idea. Take me a nap. Button room. Never heard of a button room. Well, it's been a very long day at the Bryant Stoveworks. There's just so much to see, and we didn't even see everything.
So this is a large symphonian music box. It was made in Germany. This is an Angela paper roll music box. Pretty simple actually. You just crank it here.
But what we did see was interesting and historical. But now, I've got a nap, rest, a go. But I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to the next time we all get together on the Children's Corner. Where do you go?
We're gonna go to the children's corner.
Tell me, where do you go?